Oh, here we are, 1st of June. We're going to give you as a quick squidge round the plot. Now, my pretty bit ain't pretty yet, so it's not much to look at, but all the sweet peas are coming on though. So let's have a squidge round and see what we got. Yeah, things are coming up. I've made this. This was on Gardener's World last week before last, but putting the cosmos in a big bin. Look at that, and they're looking good. So I thought I'd give it a go. Right, so we'll go. Oh, in the cold frame, warm frame, I've got a couple of melons, which are looking good. That watering can has got a tiny little hole in it. It's just right for trickle watering. Sweet peas are coming on there, look. And I've put some lobelia in a trough, and they're just showing flowers. And I've got some more up here in the shade. But otherwise, you know, this little bit at the moment, it just needs a lot of attention. But poof, that's allotment, isn't it? There's nothing in the club room, and the lobelia in these trays are all just showing their first little flowers. So let's go in the greenhouse and have a look around the greenhouse. In the greenhouse, I've put my tomatoes in 3 weeks ago. Oh, that one wants picking out. There we go. And as you can see, they've got flowers on. And then the peppers, all, well, not all, some of them I want potting on now. And I've got a couple of chilies there which are looking quite good, and still a couple of celery that I'm bringing on. And then round here there's some gherkins which are looking really healthy. Okay, so let's move on around the outside. The potatoes there, I inherited a cherry tree. Whether it's going to come to anything or not, I don't know. And I've still got some leeks in the tray. They took ages to come up, and there they have come up. So I need to find time to put them out. Okay, that's my spinach. I've left that to go to seed because I want the seed, and the bees like the flowers. And then these sweet peas, look, they're looking lovely. Aren't they gorgeous? And they've got a lovely scent too. The sweet peas on the outside here are still climbing, and garlic, it's looking kind of ready really. I'm going to let it go its full term in the ground because I want that for lettuce later on. Strawberries are showing good. I've had a few, not many. Some of the plot holders have had quite a few, but we picked some yesterday, and there's still a few here now that are not quite ready. So, but it's a really hot day today. Then my swift potatoes, I've dug this first row, and I've put some celery in. I'm hoping, I don't have a lot of luck with celery, mostly because we've got too many slugs, but now I've got raised beds, I'm hoping that is going to be the key. So there's a few more swift there still to be dug, and then the King Edwards over the back there, they're just coming on nicely, and the Sappos are going good, and I've got King Edwards here as well. I saved me seed potatoes from last year, and I've got a feeling I've got some mixed up. Peas are looking tremendous. We've already picked loads of peas. And here's the first of our harvests. Where are we now? 25th of May. Potatoes are swift. And of course we've got the, I've never grown them before, but the artichokes. I'm going to have a go at cooking them in a minute. And of course, broad beans, first few strawberries, and peas. And there's still loads more to pick. Look at that. Now, and then my protected frame, tomato frame up here, it's looking good. Tomatoes are looking happy. I've got another couple of gherkins. I do want to make at least 6 jars of gherkins, and I've got a melon in the middle. Okay, so let's wander on back. A couple of self-sown potatoes, volunteer potatoes I think they call them. When I've dug them up, I've put them in buckets and just put them in buckets. and I can always tip a mate at any time I like, really. Then this was the grapevine that always gets mildew. I severely cut it back and just left one branch, whatever you want to call it, and it's looking quite successful, actually. It's like the Goya system, and I'm thinking maybe that's what I've got to do. Just that one, just the Goya system. That way it's all new growth. There's a good chance then I won't have the mould living over the winter, if you like. Rose trees looking good. Some self-sown sweet peas. I reckon I must have dropped them somehow. Look at that. Shallots are looking really good. And my main onions. Let's go up the path and look at the main onions. They're looking good. A lot of these onions here, these were ones I'd missed from last year, and I've just put them in just to let them go to seed, just for the hell of it, really. And the bees might like the flowers. So the onions are all looking really good. The trouble is the pigeons have been getting in there and pulling them up. So I've just dropped a few nettles in there, as you can see this one there. And do you know what? It seems to have stopped them doing it. But anyway, then the blueberries are looking good. There we go. And me white rose at this end. I expect you've noticed I've got a white rose at this end and a red rose at the other end. It's not the war of the roses, they're too far apart to have a war. Then I've got melons in the bath, which are looking good, and those bits of guttering just to make it easier to water. Then I've got strawberries growing in this homemade pot, which is looking good, and I'm going to make a really different type. I've been looking on YouTube and there's a different type one. Then the asparagus is really, it's been superb this year, but I've stopped picking now, and I've let this all grow on up, look. So we'll go gently round. Then these are the grapevines now. This is their third year and they're quite loaded with grapes, and I'll need to give them some attention to thin them out and just choose a few bits, nice bunches. And then that's my Cape gooseberry that I brought through the winter, and there are flowers just coming. Then this is my dessert grape, that needs sorting out as well. Then over there, which is one of my raised beds, I've got my pumpkins, they're looking good, and I've put some sweet corn in because the pumpkins don't like too much sunshine, and I'm backing on us having a nice warm year, so that sweet corn will give it a bit of shade. Right, so we move on. Then my bee friendly flowers here, look at them, and the bees are absolutely loving them. You can hear this lot buzzing sometimes. Today is really warm. I can only assume there's not many bees out. Oh, there we are. There's, look, they've probably done all them poppies. They've probably done them this morning. But there we go, look at that. They're loving every minute of it. Right, then we move on. This is going to be my brassica bed. As you can see, I've got 2 galleon already put in there. Hopefully they will turn in at the end of this summer. Then here, more bees, loving this. It's something weird, I can't remember what it's called. It came on its own. It might have been a seed that blew away when I seeded the bee friendly bit. But they love it, so I'm just leaving it there. And then this bit here, we've got in here our squash, which are doing good. Once again, I've put in there some plants, some sweet corn to give them just a small amount of shade. Then the broad beans, that's an old chair I've put there to, the frame of an old chair, just to give them a bit of support, because we do get some very strong winds here at times. Then this bed, once again, we've got the same thing. I've got me, these are marrows, and they're proper sweet corns, they are. when I say proper sweet corns, they're ones from a packet designed to give me sweet corn. Then I've got another row of peas. I've done lots of peas at different stages, and exactly the same with the broad beans. I've done them at different stages as well. And then coming over here to the bushes with the fruit bushes, look at the figs. They're gorgeous, aren't they? It's loaded and they're brilliant. So I'm just waiting for them to ripen now. Then black currants and red currants, gooseberries, all looking good. Hopefully they'll swell and everything will be fine. I did water them this morning, which is, I don't normally water, but I felt I had to. And the red currants are just beginning to go red now. And then this is my anti-woodlice strawberry bed. As you can see, it's up on legs, in the hope that woodlice won't climb up. They will climb up, of course, but then look at the black fly on these. Then more broad beans, and then my the open bed. I've got a row of leeks there, beetroot, French beans, more beetroot, French beans, parsnips in the tubes, and they're doing really nicely. They're doing okay. Look, yeah. And these are the parsnips that were in tubes way back, and they're looking good. And then the first lot of carrots, and we've been pulling carrots. Then most of these are self-sown sunflowers from the sunflower that I had up on a stick to feed the birds. Then me carrot bed, carrots are all up, as you can see, and I'm putting in carrots now and putting them in successive sowing. Once again, another pot of marigolds, and then courgettes, 3 courgettes. If they all start producing, you won't be able to eat them quick enough, but you can see that they're at different stages, because when I sow the courgettes, I sow them fortnightly apart. That brings them on at different stages in the hope that the flowers, you'll get male flowers, and you'll get female flowers, and hopefully they will match. And more peas. These peas are ready to be picked. Look at that, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Anyway, we're up for that. The peach tree and the pear tree is also looking really good. Then the artichoke, I've already picked 2 artichoke and eaten those, and those 2 look like they're ready, but I'm going to let them flower because I like to see the flowers. And then with sweet potatoes, I managed to get 2 through the winter, and they're looking good. Then a bit more, some more broad beans at a different stage. Apple trees looking good. Then the grapevines, these are the red grapes, because they're sort of in this little sun trap. They need attention. I need to thin them out. I've done that one. There's a few bunches that I might take off of those just to let the others fatten up. Yeah, so they need a little bit of attention. The pond is looking overgrown, but who cares? It's a good source of water if I want to just use a can of water to water something. And then the potatoes along the back. Let's go. Oops, a daisy, can't get through the fence. I've had to put this up because the fox was weeing and pooing, and it stinks on my plot. That has done it, that's kept him out. And then along the back here, all the potatoes in the bins are looking really good. So there's the plot. It's looking really good. I'm really happy with it this year. We could do with some rain, we really could. Somehow a sweet pea got in amongst me ordinary peas. Look, how did that happen, I wonder? I think what happened last year was a lot of the sweet peas went to seed and dropped their seeds all over the place, and I got them all mixed up. Hold on a minute, let's have a quick look in at the bees. Round we go. There we go. Bees are looking happy. They're coming and going. Let's have a better look. There we go. There, they're coming and going. They look really busy. We did have rather a lot of swarms this year. Well, there we go, we've done it. So there's the plot. I'm well pleased with it. I have put in here more time than I would normally would. You know, I've always said that to keep an allotment, a 10 rod allotment, you need 1 full day a week. I must admit I've spent a little bit more than that here. But anyway, there we go. Happy gardening everybody. Hope you have a really good summer. Bye.